Okay. So here's what I want you to remember, that if you have something written like this, I'm going to use variables first because that's what you're going to see it as. And then I'm going to use numbers. So we read this as the log of base A. Sorry, we don't say log of. We say log base A of B. That's how we say that. Log base A of B. So if I were to think of it in a different way, what if I said log base 2 of 8? Log base 2 of 8. All this means is 2 to what power is 8? That's what the solution is. That's how we find the solution. So log base 2 of 8 is 2 to what power equals 8? 2 to what power equals 8? Yeah, 2 to the third. So log base 2 of 8 is 3. So I'm going to write out what it's saying each time, like how to say it and then what it's really asking. So for this first example, it is saying log base 2 of 8 is, and that's what we're trying to find. That's what our equals is. And that just means 2 to what power is 8. And we know that 2 to the third power is 8. So I'm just going to keep doing that until we kind of feel like we've got a handle on it. So let's look at the next example. So this says 4 to what power is 16? The second power. So this equals 2. The next one says 5 to what power is 625? The fourth. Okay, this one says 10 to what power is 100,000? Did someone say a big power? I'm so sorry. The fifth. Oh, fifth power. I thought someone said a big power. I'm like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, to the fifth. Okay. Do you guys feel like you are understanding what's happening here? The base is what's the lower number, the subscript. The exponent is what it equals. And the base to the power is where we're getting the log base 2 of. That's the of term. So let's read example E. So this is saying log base 6 of 136 is. So what it really means is 6 to what power is 1 over 36. So 6 to what power is 36? 2. And if it becomes a fraction, that means that the exponent was made negative. So this is negative 2. Okay. All right. So this next one, F. This is saying 2 to what power is 1 over 16? Negative 4. Good job. Good job, you guys. Okay. This next one is a little bit tricky. You have to think about rational exponents, maybe. You might have forgotten. So 5 to what power is the square root of 5? So that's 1/2 to the 1/2 power. So I'm going to kind of do a little sidebar off to the side so we can remind ourselves about rational exponents. So when we just say rational, that just means we have a fraction, right? So rational exponents. So here's your little reminder of that. If I had the number 2/3, like if I said x to the power of 2/3, so 2/3 is my exponent. Okay, that's called a rational exponent. 2 represents the power, and well, so the numerator represents the power and the denominator represents the root. So this is essentially saying x squared under the cube root sign. That's what that says, okay? So if I were to do another example, what if I did 5 to the 4/5? Well, this is saying that I need the 5th root of 5 to the 4th power. That's what that is saying, okay? So if we look at example H, this says 3 to what power is the 5th root of 9? So the 5th, that 5, that 5th root that's my denominator. So the root is the denominator. And what's the power of 3? What power of 3 equals 9? 2. So this is 2/5. Okay, so the denominator is the root, the numerator is the power. Are you guys feeling okay about that? So it is critically important to understand that logarithms give exponents their outputs. That's what we're doing here, right? The y value is the output of the exponent. So we're going to be working through multiple lessons. We're going to finish these last 2 examples and then our 3 examples, and then we're going to do that worksheet together because I think it'll be helpful. So here I have the function y equals log base 2 of x plus 8 plus 9. And it's graphed on the coordinate plane. And I want to know which one of these points would represent the y-intercept. So before you get all distraught or grab your calculator and try to put it in there, tell me, what is the value of x at the y-intercept? X equals 0, right? So here's another way to think about this. This function, log base 2 of x plus 8 plus 9 at the end, is just saying what power of 2 is 8. And whatever that is, I want you to add 9 to it. So what power of 2 is 8? 2, what is it? Yeah, 2 to the 3rd power is 8. So 3 plus 9 is 12. Because that plus 9 is not part of the function. It's not included in the parenthesis. Okay. Question number 4 says, between what 2 consecutive integers must log base 3 of 40 lie? So here's the way I want you to think about this. I'm going to write log base 3 of 40 kind of in the middle. And then I'm just going to do some math. Let's see. What is 3 squared? Okay. What is 3 cubed? Okay. And what is 3 to the 4th? It's 81. So remember that this says what? This means what power of 3 is equal to 40, right? Well, it's no specific power, but basically I'm asking you what 2 solutions to my exponent does 40 fall in between? Well, 40 falls in between 27 and 81, which is the power 3 and 4. Does that make sense? Okay. Most calculators only have 2 logarithms. So when you see just the common log, we don't write log base 10, we just call it log x. So that common log is what your calculator, if you don't give it a power, it's going to, if you just hit the log button, that's always going to be log base 10. I'll show you how to get to a log that's a different power in a second. So log 100, this is the same thing as saying log base 10 of 100, and we just don't write it because it's base 10. That's our number system. Our number system is a base 10, but it really means 10 to what? 10 to what power is 100? So this is 2. The second one is saying 10 to what power is 1 over 1,000? -3. You guys are doing awesome on that. This last one is saying 10 to what power is the square root of 10? It's a fraction. Whenever you have roots, it's a fraction. What root is this? It's a square root. And I'm not taking the 10. I'm not taking the 10 to a power, so it's just 1/2. So it's 1/2. Okay. So on your calculator, I just want to show you, you have a log button. It's like right next to the 7. Do you guys see that? So if you were to put in log 100, it better give you a 2. Okay. Now, not all of the problems that we do are going to be log base 10. If you look up at the top, we had a lot of log base 6 and log base 2. So the way to do those, just so you know, is in your math. If you press your math button, and it's letter A, so scroll down to where it says log base. Math button and scroll down to where it says log base. So hit the math button and scroll down to where it says log base. And that will let you put in a base that's other than 10. So like if I wanted to do example F, I would put a 2 first, so log base 2, and then I would scroll over to the big parenthesis and do 1 divided by 16, and it would give me the answer of -4. So raise your hand if you can't find those on your calculator, because it's important for you to know where they are. Do you have a calculator? Okay. You need a calculator. If you don't have one, get up and get one. You're on math. So you can go all the way down. You see where it says log base? It's that one. So if you hit it, so we go back to like this question right here. That's where you can put your base 2 and then arrow over and put 116. 1 divided by 16. And hit enter. Okay. This is base 10 numbers. So any of these, like if it just says log with no base, that's this button. Yeah, it'll work. So log, and then I'm going to use the square root button. I'm just going to give you an answer of 1/2. 4.5, but 1/2. Okay. So base 10 is just the log button. If you want to get to the log base, you have to use the math button and scroll down. You just don't have that space there. So
Oh no, I was
no, don't just do that. I mean, you can, yes. But we're going to do it together. Okay.
I already knew I was doing it.
Oh, you already knew how to do it? You're just checking? Yeah. Okay. So let's go to your worksheet really fast. I want to just go through this, and I wanted to make sure you guys knew how to do it on your calculator. So your worksheet says logarithmic form. It looks like this. Okay. So for the first couple of questions, all we're doing is writing this in, we're going from log form to exponential form. So this is already solved for us. So what is the base? This is already solved, so you can't put this in your calculator. You're going to get the same answer. What is the base, Chris? Okay. We can go to the restroom after I get done with this. Oh, it's right there when you walked in, honey. Sorry. So the base is 1/9. What power is it to? Remember, the power is the solution. What power is this to? The 0 power equals 1. Is that true? Is 1/9 to the power of 0 1? Yes. Any number to the power of 0 is 1. And I'm going to put 1/9 in a fraction. Give me a second. In a parenthesis. So 1/9 to the power of 0 equals 1. Question number 2. What's my base? M to the power of what? Negative 8 equals 179. All we're doing is writing these to a like writing them in exponential form. Zach, do you have this paper? When you came in, remember I said grab that paper? Okay. Number 3, what's my base? Y. What power is y being raised to? The 13th. What's the solution? What's my base? When there's no base, what is it? 10. Base 10, yeah. 10 to the power of 2 equals 100. If someone said it over on the right, I couldn't hear you. I'm so sorry, ladies. Okay. Number 5. What's my base? Y. What's the power? Equals what? Number 6. What's my base? To the power of what? Equals what? Okay. You guys good with that? Can we skip the last 2? I already posted it filled out. So, okay. So now we're going to write each exponential equation in log form. Okay. So log base what? What's my base? 19 of 361 equals my exponent. Yep. Next one. Log base 9/5 of y is x. I have a hard time with the ones that just don't mean anything. So remember, your exponent is always your solution, right? Okay. So log base what? A of is, good job. Next one. Log base of is, you got that. Is that you, Roxy? Good job. Okay. Who wants to do number 13? Go. So remember that the exponent is what it equals. So log of, good job. Good job. Okay. Number 14. Anyone? So log base 1/13 of, good job. Number 15, anyone? Lamar, you want the last one? You can pass. You don't have to do it. You're passing? Okay. You want to pass it to Will?
Actually, is it
We're doing number 16. So log base, what's the base? What's the term being raised to a power? M is the power. What's the thing being? So log base n of the answer. What's your solution? Is the exponent. Okay. All right. Do y'all feel okay with that? Okay. So now we're going to do some evaluating. Okay. So yeah, you can use your calculator. However, you should be able to do this with your eyes closed, especially if you have your power chart. 2 to what power equals 32? 5. 5 to what power equals 25? 8 to what power equals 1/64? -2. Log 100. 2. Good job, you guys. Log base 7 of 343. So 7 to what power is 343? 3. 8 to what power is 64? Log, go ahead, 2. Okay, I'm going to let you guys do the 23 through 28. I'm going to freeze it really fast. Actually, what is it, 23 through 31? Okay, finish it up really fast and I'll just put what I have here. Number 25 and 26 are tricky. Hmm. Ma'am?
Glasses and the theater during lunch. Can I go?
Yes, go grab your glasses. Okay. So here's what I have. Hopefully I did those right. So number 23, I got 1, right? Because 1/8 to the power of 1 is 1/8. 24, 5. 3 to the 5th is 243. 25, I got 1/2. 8 to the 1/2 power, or the square, sorry, not 8. 81 to the 1/2 power, or the square root of 81 is 9. And then for 26, I got negative 1/2. So that's just took my solution and reciprocated it, right? 27, I got negative 1/3. 64 to the negative, god dang it. Sorry, gosh darn it. 64 to the negative 1/3, or yeah, equals 1/4. Number 28, I got 6. Number 29, I got -3. Number 30, I got 2. Who's going to do number 31 for me? What'd you get, Keegan? -6. And 32? 3. How do y'all feel about that? Good? Okay. Can we go back to the module and tell you what your assignment is today?